Premier League will allow teams to make 5 subs from next season. The Premier League will reportedly allow teams to make 5 substitutions in games from next season, with top-flight clubs set to make a U-turn on the rule. The issue is once again being voted on at a Premier League stakeholders meeting in London on Thursday, following several attempts to get the rule reintroduced by a number of sides over the last 2 years. And while many Premier League clubs were against re-implementing the rule, there is a high confidence that there is enough support for it finally to be brought back, according to The Times. The Premier League increased the number of allowed replacements to 5 when it restarted in June 2020 following the first COVID lockdown. However, it reverted back to 3 last season, despite all other major European leagues continuing to stick with 5. That move came following a vote at which 10 top-flight clubs went against a reintroduction. While bigger clubs were in favor, it was claimed that the rule would be a huge disadvantage to the smaller sides in the league, given they didn't have the depth like those towards the top of the table. Maheta Malango, chair of the PFA, believes the increase, which he supports, provides no competitive advantage to the bigger clubs. "We are absolutely in favor of it," he said earlier this month. "We have made this clear to the Premier League. It should never have been a discussion about competitive advantage because it has nothing to do with competitive advantage, as studies show. This is purely a question of player welfare. When so many games need to be played, we need to make sure the players get a chance to rest properly." Malango, who also wants the introduction of a minimum 72-hour gap between matches, feels the current setup is giving those abroad an advantage. "We don't want to put our clubs at a disadvantage globally," he said. "Our competitors overseas have 5 subs. We are the only top league that has not adopted that rule. When our clubs face giants in Italy, in Spain, in France, the reality is that those clubs would have had the chance to rotate much more." Jurgen Klopp, who has been heavily in favor of reintroducing the rule, again aired his views earlier in March. "We played Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, and Tuesday. That's a horrible schedule," he said. "If we can make changes, we will do that. If it's not, it's not. It's essential that we go again for the 5 subs." In October, rulemakers IFAB recommended 5 substitutions be implemented on a permanent basis in football.